Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Debbie. And together,
We are the Roundtable Recap. Hey, welcome back. We are on Destination X, Season 1, Episode 10, the season finale. It was.
woohoo!
I can't say that the Destination X was surprising to me, given
Yeah.
everything that was said throughout this episode specifically, but let's dive in. So, starting off, it's Rick, Biggie, and Peter. They're the top three contestants at this point, and they start in a helicopter.
Mhm.
And right away, they start pointing out the different landmarks they see, and then they obviously realize they're in London.
Right.
Then, really, they go to Greenwich.
Yeah. Did
Go
you
ahead.
pick up on Jeffrey's clues? I don't know if that was before or after Greenwich.
I think it was right before actually they entered Greenwich. But yeah, I did. I wrote down all those time clues.
hmm
Make every second count. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clock is ticking down. Yeah.
you're right. Right. So in
Yeah.
my mind, I'm already like, okay, I think I know where the Destination X will be, seeing how it's London and it's a big
Right.
landmarker. And
Yeah.
even for someone like me who doesn't know a lot, it was kind of like an obvious, like, oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, they go into the Greenwich, which there's two rows of all the contestants' portraits, or the previous contestants,
Right.
and they get to sit at a table, they get some champagne and whatnot, and then Jeffrey comes in, and this is where he announces that only two will continue from here.
But before that, didn't he say something about Greenwich was noted for the telling of time?
Possibly.
I didn't.
He did say something about Greenwich, but I didn't write it down what he had noted.
Yeah, it's because I know like they always use like the Greenwich Mean Time, the GMT, because he mentioned about the observatory being there, but I thought he said something about yeah, that's noted for the world learned to tell time or learned time. I thought maybe you might have picked up on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay,
Uh,
moving on.
all right. Well, so then basically they jump into this competition or mission. I don't even know if you want to call it a mission, but competition where they have to answer trivia questions. They get like a little chalkboard, and anytime they answer correctly, they get a choice to either move themselves or further away from Jeffrey because they all start like at the line. So they can't,
Mhm.
where they're started, they can't move any further up because they're already as close as they can. So basically, if they get the question right, they can send someone back, at least for the first round. So,
Yeah,
and then each round is worth different number of spaces. So I have
right.
the first one, it's the first space. And Rick's the only one that gets it right, so he moves Biggie back. The second
Yeah,
one,
but
oh,
but
go ahead.
before that, what about Biggie's comment about that he and Rick, he trusted Rick going into this, and that they've been together since day one. I'm
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
I do have it covered where like Biggie just again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
I
why
wrote,
he would think that he
I
could
put down,
trust Rick.
I was like, is he delusional? What's But
Yeah.
then, but then I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe he thinks because Peter came in midway through the game. So maybe Biggie thought, well, he and Rick have been together. Yes, they started together since day one.
Right.
I mean, it was never shown that they were in an alliance since day one. I
No.
mean, it's so I
I
was like, where the heck is that coming from?
I know. I mean they've shown a couple of throughout the episodes where they've helped each other out, but
Right,
yeah, not an alliance. I mean, he everyone knew that Shane was his Biggie's number one. And then it kind
right.
of looked like even his second was, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on her name. Uh
Allie?
no, no, no.
Or no,
The one that he had a crush on.
Mac.
Mac. Yeah, so it looked like
Yeah.
even Mac was like his second person
Right.
that he
Yeah.
confided in. So I don't know where he thought Rick was going to
I
be aligned with him or I yeah.
I know. I'm like thinking, okay, wait a minute. What is he thinking? Because it was Rick and Peter that approached him about a possible alliance, for the three
Right.
of them.
I think that
And
like conversation just kind of like went out the door for him because I like obviously he
yeah,
shut down that alliance and didn't even put the two to two together that oh wait they could be
yeah,
work like I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was kind of obvious to me, but clearly,
Yeah. Because he knew that with the three of them at that, in that episode, I mean, Rick and Peter were already at the table, so he knew Rick and Peter were already talking when they approached him about that alliance. I mean, I would
yeah,
think he would know. I really think that it was at this point that Biggie missed a big opportunity. I think he and Peter should have,
gotten Rick out. Yeah.
yeah, I think they should have teamed up.
It's not like Peter was doing great anyways.
No,
He's not
Peter.
very good at trivia at all. Like it was 100% Rick versus Biggie in this one.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yes.
Peter, I think he only got maybe one right out of the all the
Yeah.
rounds.
I know. I was writing down like who got everything right, and I think yeah, I had put Peter incorrect. Peter incorrect.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
yeah, so I think you're right. I think he only did get one, but I think this was a missed opportunity. But
yeah.
anyways,
So yeah, I won't go through each round with who got what right, but basically Rick 100% goes for Biggie anytime he gets it right to move him
hmm
backwards to where
right,
Jeffrey finally calls him out and was like, "What is
yeah,
going on?" Which Jeffrey already knew because he was there when they came clean to Allie, but he
hmm
made Rick come clean to Biggie at this point to say that
mhm.
there was a secret alliance between Peter and Rick.
Yeah, and I mean that alliance was true. I mean it was solid because Peter never went against Rick, and I mean I think Rick at one time when he was trying, it was self-preservation. He was trying to mislead them. I think that was the only time he
Oh,
went against
yeah.
Peter.
Because they were the
But
bottom three. Yeah. The Alliance was the bottom
right,
three in the map room. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the only time that he went against them. So I mean that alliance was strong. But anyways, I mean I think Peter was just lucky just to be there, considering how this competition went.
Right. So getting to the final round, if Biggie would have just moved himself forward, he
I
would have
know,
gotten to this final two, but instead he chooses to put Peter back, making them equal at the
right?
bottom two, and then they go to the tiebreaker.
Yeah, tiebreaker.
Yeah, and they were off by one island for their
Yeah,
numbers.
because they had to guess how many islands there were in Venice. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was such a tough way to go out. I really felt that Biggie should have been in the final.
And it's one. So he would have either been one step ahead, Peter, or how it ended up, he lost by one island. Like it
Right.
literally came down to the number one. So I was like, oh,
Yes.
ironic. But then that's really all I have because then they move.
Yeah.
Yes, from here, two guys come out with briefcases, and Jeffrey says one of them has the money and going to Destination X, and the other one is empty. And then they start the next day right off with
Mhm.
the final challenge where they're in their own taxi.
Yeah, they have to go separate. They have to each grab their own cab. They don't travel together. So
Yeah. Oh
they
no, I think
each
they
pick the
start off
clue.
together though. Yeah, they start off together, right? Picking a clue and then from there they
Hmm.
go into their own cab. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I kind of like this part. It brought me back to Amazing Race
yes.
vibes. So so
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because at
I like this challenge.
each destination place, like, well, they have a map, and then depending on what envelope they choose will lead them to the next
Hmm.
destination where they can get the clue. So yeah, they really, and I liked how solo it was, so it really put them
Yes.
on even playing fields as far as, it was up to them to tell the taxi driver where to go, and they got to choose which envelope they wanted to pick. So I
Hmm.
did like how they did this final challenge for them.
Yeah, and surprisingly, Peter was actually good at this one.
Yeah. Yeah, this it was three different landmarkers where they had to go. So it was three different clues that they had to pick up, and both of them got all three clues.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I kind of figured Rick would get his, but I was
Yeah.
considering how, after Peter's stellar performance in the trivia, I didn't think he would get all of the
The clues, no.
answers. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do the final X. Like they put their
Yeah.
final marker on Destination X.
What did you think about the clues that they got? Were you able to make sense of the clues? They got the three clues.
Actually, the only one that made sense to me was the $100 bill.
Really?
Well,
Only one
oh
that
wait,
made
no, it's the second one too, because the second one was a timer, right? Was that the second?
hourglass.
An hourglass, yeah.
Hourglass. Hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah, 'cause
I didn't understand the queens.
you had Queen Elizabeth, the hourglass, and the $100 bill. Yeah, the only one that made sense to me was the hourglass. I really give it to Rick for getting the $100 bill clue because I did not get that at all.
You know, Benjamin Franklin, Big
I
Ben.
know, but yeah, I didn't tie the two together. I was thinking more finance, at that point.
Oh,
I was thinking time, but then I was like, well, where does finance come in? So that's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
And I think the Queen Elizabeth, which was the first clue, I think that was to just make it a little bit harder.
Mm,
Because,
yeah.
right? Because I don't, other than they know they're already in the UK, so I
Yeah, well,
didn't,
yeah, they're in London, so it's like, well, okay, yeah, she was in London.
yeah, yeah, that was the only one that for me didn't really tie anything together.
Okay.
But yeah, I got
Yeah.
the Benjamin, and then obviously the hourglass of time. So Peter, he picks, and oh, well, okay, so they mark their X on the map, and then they even have those players go to the destination because they each pick two different
Mhm.
destinations. So Peter picks the Tower of London, and Rick picks Big Ben.
Yeah, but
And
Rick was going to go with Tower of London, and then he changed. Then
yes.
he looked at he couldn't figure out the $100 bill,
Hmm.
and then he changed his mind at the last minute.
Yeah. So and then he won, which I mean I'm glad he won. I feel like he deserved it. He
He did. He did.
yeah, he worked his way. There was a lot of knowledge that he was able to figure out, and it's not like he got carried to end up in the final two. Like he actually deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was kind of slow in the beginning of the game, but then once he
Hmm.
got his momentum going, like I think I really noticed it when with the Paris episode, I forget which episode that was, but from Paris and then all the episodes after that, I mean, he really focused in on the clues, and yeah, it was at that point that I was like, yeah, okay, we've got a winner here.
Yeah, yeah.
Need to stop him.
Yeah. So it
But
was good. But
yeah.
the ending I was very heartwarming for me. I felt the way
Oh,
that they concluded it because Jeffrey,
mm,
explains about the whole time thing and how it's
yes.
been like a part of each episode. And then of course they showed like clips of like the different players, what they learned throughout
Yeah.
their time there on the show. So I don't know. It just wrapped up in a really good way for me. I loved the ending.
Yeah, when it first started, I wasn't sure because he's like, and there was clues all throughout the whole thing, and he was like talking about the clock here and the clock there and the clock. But I'm like thinking a clock is so common, I
Yeah.
would never have picked up
That's
on
like
that.
saying a
But
building. Yeah.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that part I didn't really care for, but I did like, yeah, his speech about time and how everything tied in. Like, yeah, I did like that.
Yeah. So that's
So,
it. That's a
yeah,
wrap on Destination X season one. I think they're gonna bring it back for season two. I don't know.
I think so.
I feel like it was like a good enough show. Had a good enough audience, hopefully. Because I
Yeah,
would love to do
yeah,
another podcast on it for sure.
yeah. I mean, anything that has to do with social games or games in general. But I think it does have a certain following. So hopefully, yeah, they will bring it back. It's got a lot of potential. I really enjoyed this season of it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them bringing back season two.
So stay tuned, guys. See what podcast we decide to cover next. We'll see you guys next week.
Yay!